Oh, I'm live. Hi, it's Lasha. I'm just going to turn on my light and then maybe you can see my face a bit. I want to have a chat about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. I'll be back in 2 seconds, okay? And thank you for joining me. And I always say, even if there's one person that's interested in my ideologies, ethics, story, or what have you, I'm very, very appreciative of it because I think YouTube has given a great platform for people and I found a lot of healing in it. I'd really like to know what Rumble is though. I don't know what Rumble is. Oh, there we go. That might be better. I'm back in the saddle again. I'm back. Do you want to see Sophie? Sophie. Sophie. Put your little face in, honey. Look it. Look it. This is the gal that made me walk again. There she is. That is Sophie. Sophie, do you want to talk about Meghan and Harry, or are you tired of those subjects? Yawn if you're tired of those subjects. She just yawned. She just... Sorry. We're moving on the 31st of March into a nice new place on April the 1st. Oh, just 1 second. And this is why we're moving. Okay. Now, sorry about the mess behind me. I am just learning how to upload videos. So far, I think my channel's a joke because when I look at, if you look under my playlist, you'll be able to see the 101 subscriptions that I have or that I subscribe to. And I used to have 661. Okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit about my story and why I'm starting. Look at, I'm self-soothing right now. I'm babysitting this little guy. I do childcare and home care. So this is the chronological order of my story that ran into welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. Okay. I don't think anybody's going to be listening to this anyway, but anybody can join in. I'm not quite sure. I guess if anybody reacts, it comes on. So I'm just testing it out here. I'm procrastinating telling my story again. Okay, well there, I just did an emoji. I can figure that out. Anyways, okay, so in October the 28th of 2017, I was 46. And I was walking Sophie and Stanley in Barrie, Ontario. And it was slippery, it was raining, and I wanted to look good that day because this friend of mine at the time came up to say goodbye because I was going to Ottawa to be with my friend Lisa Hooker, which, by the way, she painted that right there. And I've carried that around with me for, 15 years at least. I'm trying to quit smoking. So it's a vape. Anyway, I broke my femur. I'll show you. Let me do this properly. So here's my right leg. You see all this extra bone there? Well, that's calcified. It's bone builds upon bone when you lose cartilage, okay? Now, I'm going to be 52. This is what he did. So basically what happened was I broke my femur, and it was a spiral break like this because the dogs pulled me in each different direction. So my leg busted in a place in Ontario. And I remember just lying there holding the dogs on the ground like this. And finally, somebody stopped to help me, and I couldn't move. And I thought, oh no, oh no. And I didn't feel any pain, but I'll never forget the sound of the snap, because the femur is the largest bone in the body. The back has the thickest skin on our back, mitochondria, etc. Anyways, when I get the x-rays, I'll show them to you for real, and I'll show you how it was handled with no names mentioned. Um, and nobody knows me as Lasha anyway, so except for friends and social media and so on, because when you see doctors and such, they go by your legal name, right? But I'm Ukrainian, so I changed my legal name to Lasha. So I broke my femur, but instead of using proper tiny pins, which would be at 1, 2, just tiny ones, he decided to use 2 nails. And that dent in my knee is so painful. And here, they stuck out like, literally, like something the size of this went this way and that way. The bar of the femur, or the rod, was on the front of my knee, under my knee. So I couldn't bend my leg for 2 years. 2 years. 1 year in a wheelchair. I didn't take a step for a year. I'm not even joking. This happened October the 28th of 2017, and I was up and walking by September. So, what's the difference between 4 weeks? A year sounds better. Okay, sure. 4 weeks of a year. I said to my mother, if anybody wanted to torture anybody and get information from them, just take their knee and stick a nail through it. Then they accused me at the hospital of narcotic shopping. How can I narcotic shop at a hospital? The week that I was in the hospital, I was begging to see the surgeon to find out why my knee hurt and why I didn't feel anything in my femur. So basically, my bone was broken for 5 months. This doctor kept telling my doctor it was healing, and it wasn't, because February 7th of 2018, 5 months later, my leg's still like this in a special wheelchair. And the reason I couldn't bend my knee was because the bar was underneath the knee. This part that's really bad, he didn't even put a cap on it. There was literally a nail, and you could see it through my flesh, not the actual through the flesh. And even when I showed it to the doctor, because it was 3 months to take the swelling down over my femur, I asked him why I couldn't bend my leg, and you know what he literally did? I swear on Sophie's life. He went, I don't know. You've been here before, haven't you? I said, what does anxiety have to do with the broken bone? I'll leave it at that. It was horrible. 5 years going on. I could give a crap about the hole or the scars, and that I went in with a knee like this and came out with one like that. What the hell is that? I can say that. I can say, what the heck is that? So that's why I wanted to start the YouTube channel. But, I thought it's too soon. Maybe in 5 years I can tell the story. But what I've noticed is I haven't been able to stop talking about it to my friends, to other people for 5 years. And it's been 5 years and 5 months, 5.5 years almost. And I'm still not over it. And it's because it took the one referral I had at a very well-renowned hospital for this very experienced orthopedic surgeon and his intern to say, your leg is as broken as it was 5 months ago, but I didn't have my corrective surgery until April the 12th of 2018. And the two surgeons that did that surgery on April the 12th of 2018, and it was a Thursday, because I was there Thursday to Thursday. So I left on the 17th of April back up to where, but then we had to relocate so I could be close to my treatments. Oh my gosh. But what kills me the most is that x-rays go through hospitals. I went to the physiotherapist. She looked at it. Nobody said a word. He didn't say a word. And then I didn't go back to him, and I was seeing a new orthopedic surgeon on February the 7th, and so it was a really terrible experience. I'm not going to name the name of the doctors or the pharmacy staff or the social workers, but let me tell you, when it happened during COVID, people took really good care of me. Now I've noticed, well, since I've gotten better as well, I'm not as needy. I'm not as vulnerable. When I was vulnerable, I thought I was strong, but I wasn't. That's my story. Now let me rant about Harry. No, nobody has anything to say. Well, that's all right. Maybe somebody will watch it tomorrow. People are talking about Mary. It's like the total opposite of a narcissist, so maybe it was a Freudian slip. The Maharkles, Harry and Meghan, I can't believe that he was talking in an interview about his beard. Look, I think Harry was traumatized by his mother. Nobody on this planet except William and Harry would know what psychological damage that would have. And I do believe, and it's been watching a lot of different opinions on YouTube, watching the Netflix series again, watching the behavioral panel. Spidey, he's a body language guy. He's from Canada. And also Scott Chase on the behavioral panel is from Canada as well. Check them out. Check out some of the videos that are on my playlist about Harry and Meghan. I do not believe she gave birth to those children. It's physically impossible to squat. I put a pillow under my stomach, like in clothes, and I squatted down with heels and tried to get up with a pillow under, and I even found it a little difficult. So she did not give birth to those children. They're in the line of succession because they do have Harry's DNA, but that's the big secret. And I just think people should not sympathize with Harry, but understand that we have no idea what that world would be like. And just because you and I and other people think alike, a lot of people don't. I always think that people think like me, but they don't. Took me a while to figure that out. We all have narcissistic traits for survival. I love to be on camera because it's easier to be myself on camera than in front of people sometimes, but in all honesty, I don't act any different. Um, like I said, I remember my first video was worse than this one, but I was going Botox, bangs, Botox, bangs. Well, somebody said don't start with Botox or anything like that. So if you're looking forward to me be pretty all the time, it ain't gonna happen. I just think people should be kinder to Harry and realize that Meghan Markle truly has narcissistic disorder. She really does. And the whole situation is just sad. I think Harry needs a big hug from his family. That's what I think. Anyway, if anybody watches this stream, I appreciate it. And my name is Lasha, and I appreciate it. And this is Sophie, but she's almost asleep. But there's my baby girl. Oh, and do you know what? I found Sophie 6 months before I broke my femur when she was 4 months old. So Sophie and I have been together for 6 years. Her birthday's February the 11th of 2017. And then I broke my leg on October the 28th of 2017. But this loss kept me alive. If I didn't have to take it out to do number 1 and number 2, you don't know where I'd be right now. Not on camera. It's the truth. It's the truth. I'm doing a video in my houseboat. Anyhow, they will become more professional. I need to learn how to edit and update. I've reached out for help. I'm sinking. So what I'll be doing on this channel is showing you how I healed an absolute, unadulterated, like jail time isolation for 5 years. I did it. And I'm going to share with you how. This is a positive channel. I'm not a victim. I survived something. I'm a survivor. Yeah. Thank you, doctor. And you know what the worst part was? The ripple effect it had on my mom, my friendships, and the doctors that I had to see. I spent 2 years, when I counted up the hours, 2 years going to see doctors out of 5.5. 2 years straight. Could you imagine going to doctor's appointments for 2 years straight? It was intermittently, but when I added it up and I looked where my time was spent the last 5 years, I thought, oh my Lord, this has got to change. And I'm praying to the universe or whatever deity I believe in. I just want this to be a happy channel, lads and lasses. So join me, because I love to do accents and imitations. Yes, I do. So, you ain't nothing but a hound dog. Okay, I'll do a good one next time. All right. Good night, everybody. Be kind to Harry and pray that he gets away from Meghan Markle before he hurts himself. What do I know? But, oh, I read tarot cards too. So if you want a tarot read, just email me at the LISAROJENKO_1971 at iCloud.com. And it's on Facebook and YouTube and TikTok and Twitter and Instagram. And I don't even know how I signed up on those things. I'm so technologically impaired. Anyway, nobody can take your soul or self away from you unless you let them. Now, I wasn't violated like in the Me Too movement, like Rose McGowan or anything like that. But this really felt like a violation of its own, especially I can't prove that he knew. But he knew, and I just left because when I found out, and then I had to corrective surgery again, I phoned him and told him. And in the report, when I made a complaint, they actually said that I didn't call him, but I have the Roger Bill number to his office 3 times. So, you know what? I'm just trying to play fairly, try to put things in perspective. I'm Ukrainian, I'm not in Ukraine. And if you're really going to complain about something, then do something about it. So I did. I started to make myself happy. All right? So that's what I'm trying to do here. Please. Oh, 20 minutes. Too long. People don't have long attention spans these days, especially to listen to somebody talking in their room about their story. Okay. Bye. Bye. And I respect everybody and really do appreciate it when you watch this, And I better stop saying that, hey? I'll be a tough businesswoman. No, I wasn't very good at that. I'm better at home care and childcare. Okay. Good night, everybody. I'm ending the stream. Woo, woo, woo. How do I do? Oh, there. End stream again. Okay.